Who's your favorite 3 wrestlers? If you're a real, I mean, any era.
Favorite 3 wrestlers. Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
okay.
619. Got you.
Okay, Rey Mysterio. I'd have to go for sure Stone Cold and Ric Flair, and probably Stone Cold first, then Ric Flair second, then Rey Mysterio.
Man, I was 11 when Stone Cold was really popping, and he was the coolest man on earth. Popping.
I can say I've used his bathroom. I've gotten drunk with him. And I got a pedicure with him. That's some random
fun fact.
Those are fun facts. I blew up his bathroom.
It's evolving now.
Got drunk with him, and we got pedicures. We've done other random things too. We've shot crossbows and hung out and raced. We raced each other's. He had this Camaro and I had a Trans Am, basically very much in the same vein. And we raced. Pretty cool.
I know even you're looking down as you start going, I'm about to race Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, yeah. And in the beginning, the first time when we got the introduction, we got introduced through a friend of, we both have a friend named Diamond Dallas Page, who's another wrestler. DDP helped me out with some weight loss and doing yoga, and that's how I met him. And he calls me up and he's like, bro, played your videos for Steve. And I'm like, okay, Steve, I think Steve is one of his video guys that he has. I'm like, okay, Steve knows my shit. And he goes, no, Steve Austin. I'm like, oh, Stone Cold? He's like, yeah. And he goes, he wants to have you on his podcast. I'm like, oh my God. He goes, he's going to call you from a 310 area code. I'm like, all right. Next thing I know, I get the phone call and it's him. Is this that some bitch they call Fluffy? I'm like, oh. I'm just like, yeah. And then I could hear Diamond Dallas Page in the background. Hey, bro. And I'm like, dude, why didn't you just hand him the phone? Why did you? You should just hand him the phone. It would have been easier. But yeah, then I went to his house. It was really cool. Wow. Really, really cool. And hanging out and just talking. And, there's so many similarities between pro wrestling and comedy. You got to remember, it's a show, and everything that goes into a show that travels, the time spent at the airports, the hotels, the checking in, the trying to get your money, dealing with promoters, dealing with promotion. There's all kinds of different things that are very similar. And, of course, they got the good days, the bad days, and things, problems that arise when you travel, whether it's at home or, substances or getting carried away with everything that's going on. There's a lot of similarities, which I think is why a lot of wrestlers come to comedy shows and a lot of comedians go to, wrestling events.
We just had Will Sasso on here, and he is a fanatic of WWE.
Yeah.
So
he played Stone Cold and on WWE.
Yeah. We saw his little thing, and then he got Stone Cold stunnered, which was kind of epic. I got suspended in 6th grade for Stone Cold stunnering everyone.
I pile drive someone once. Yeah.
To the head to the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, are they okay? They walked?
I think they're good.
I broke someone's neck off once.
There was no ambulance or nothing, but
Were you a kid though?
Yeah, I was a kid.
Okay.
I was a kid, but dude, yeah. You heard it, the frigate. And I'm like, and he's like, oh, you got me. And I'm like, yeah. And in hindsight, man, I could have snapped that dude's
Killed
neck.
him.
Yeah.
You don't Triple H pedigree. You don't DD.
Well, as a kid, you didn't know you're supposed to pull back or you're supposed to make it look good. No, man. You on TV, they try to kill him. And as a kid, you're like, yeah, that's why they started playing that video. Do not try this at
the
home.
beginning. Yes. At the beginning of Jack, anything that you can copy, they had to. Because I was the one trying to do it. Did you, I don't know if you did, but I used to do I was in the Matt Hardy era. So I used to try to Swanton Bomb off of everything onto couches. And I thought I broke my neck. Oh, I told the story. I thought I broke my neck once. I couldn't feel my legs.
Like a Swanton Bomb is like, it's, to pull that off, first of all, it's like you have to just trust that your body's going to land right, because naturally, if you leave the ground, you're going to freak out, So you have to be like, it looks like a dive. It looks like an Olympic dive, and then you just got to go all the way and tuck, and then you got to land with your back.
I landed right on my neck.
And so to feel that comfortable,
I did it 100 times. The one time that happened, nobody was home. I couldn't move my legs. I thought I was dead.
Scary, man.
I was like 9 or 10. Sorry, talking about all this wrestling stuff. Don't do this at home. For sure. So Stone Cold Steve Austin, you have to hang out with Stone Cold, and then you go to the events. Who are the big wrestlers now? I haven't watched in forever.
The guy who's making the most noise is a dude named LA Knight. And he's LA Knight. Google him. He's entertaining.
Really?
Yeah, he's been around for a while, and it took him a while to get in his, get in that vein and get the whole crowd pumped up. It's very reminiscent of like what The Rock and Stone Cold would do and get the
Rock.
crowd to just chant, go back and forth with you. He's really good and a great wrestler.
Tell me if you agree. I can't beat The Rock up. I don't think you can beat The
I
Rock
can't
up or
beat
any
The
of
Rock
us.
up.
But do you think you could dodge the people's elbow? After the 30th minute of him running back and forth, do you think you could just left? Because as I watched, I'm like, just get up.
I think I could have rolled out. I'm pretty sure I could have rolled
roll out of this
There's-
one, man.
There's a lot of, a lot of telegraphing right there.
Dude, I remember the first time I watched, I'm like, for real? Oh, he elbowed him. And I was hooked. Damn.